Like a candy cane stripe, her lips are red and her skin is white. Underneath that mistletoe, you know, boy, she make me feel alright. We're sipping on eggnog, we got sleigh bells and romance, and it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. Santa, don't you get mad, cause you know this year I've been a real bad boy. I guess I won't get the brand new ride and a bunch of shiny toys. But I won't need no toys tonight, cause all I wanna do is dance. Yes, it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. Well, we got the tree up and we're sitting by the fire. Something about the holiday sure fills me with desire. Gonna light some candles, cause I think I got a chance. Yes, it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. So as you sip your coffee and you eat your pumpkin pie, just remember that the season's about love and that look in your woman's eyes. So raise your glass of pie with a Utah jive and take a very merry stance and have a very Merry Christmas in your pants. Like a candy cane stripe, her lips are red and her skin is white. Underneath that mistletoe, you know, boy, she make me feel alright. We're sipping on eggnog, we got sleigh bells and romance, and it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. Santa, don't you get mad, cause you know this year I've been a real bad boy. I guess I won't get the brand new ride and a bunch of shiny toys. But I won't need no toys tonight, cause all I wanna do is dance. Yes, it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. Well, we got the tree up and we're sitting by the fire. Something about the holiday sure fills me with desire. Gonna light some candles, cause I think I got a chance. Yes, it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. So as you sip your coffee and you eat your pumpkin pie, just remember that the season's about love and that look in your woman's eyes. So raise your glass of pie with a Utah jive and take a very merry stance and have a very Merry Christmas in your pants. Like a candy cane stripe, her lips are red and her skin is white. Underneath that mistletoe, you know, boy, she make me feel alright. We're sipping on eggnog, we got sleigh bells and romance, and it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. Santa, don't you get mad, cause you know this year I've been a real bad boy. I guess I won't get the brand new ride and a bunch of shiny toys. But I won't need no toys tonight, cause all I wanna do is dance. Yes, it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. Well, we got the tree up and we're sitting by the fire. Something about the holiday sure fills me with desire. Gonna light some candles, cause I think I got a chance. Yes, it's a very Merry as you sip your coffee and you eat your pumpkin pie, just remember that the season's about love and that look in your woman's eyes. So raise your glass of pie with a Utah job and take a very merry stance and have a very merry Christmas in your pants. Like a candy cane stripe, her lips are red and her skin is white. Underneath that mistletoe, you know, boy, she make me feel alright. We're sipping on eggnog, we got sleigh bells and romance, and it's a very merry Christmas in my pants. Santa, don't you get mad, cause you know this year I've been a real bad boy. I guess I won't get the brand new ride and a bunch of shiny toys. But I won't need no toys tonight, cause all I wanna do is dance. Yes, it's a very merry Christmas in my pants. Well, we got the tree up and we're sitting by the fire. Something about the holiday sure fills me with desire. Gonna light some candles, cause I think I got a chance. Yes, it's a very merry Christmas in my pants. So as you sip your coffee and you eat your pumpkin pie, just remember that the season's about love and that look in your woman's eyes. So raise your glass of pie with a Utah job and take a very merry stance and have a very merry Christmas in your pants. Like a candy cane stripe, her lips are red and her skin is white. Underneath that mistletoe, you know, boy, she make me feel alright. We're sipping on eggnog, we got sleigh bells and romance, and it's a very merry Christmas in my pants. Santa, don't you get mad, cause you know this year I've been a real bad boy. I guess I won't get the brand new ride and a bunch of shiny toys. But I won't need no toys tonight, cause all I wanna do is dance. Yes, it's a very merry Christmas in my pants. Well, we got the tree up and we're sitting by the fire. Something about the holiday sure fills me with desire. Gonna light some candles, cause I think I got a chance. Yes, it's a very merry Christmas in my pants. So as you sip your coffee and you eat your pumpkin pie, just remember that the season's about love and that look in your woman's eyes. So raise your glass of pie with a Utah job and take a very merry stance and have a very merry Christmas in your pants. Like a candy cane stripe, her lips are red and her skin is white. Underneath that mistletoe, you know, boy, she make me feel alright. We're sipping on eggnog, we got sleigh bells and romance, and it's a very merry Christmas in my pants. Santa, don't you get mad, cause you know this year year I've been a real bad boy.
Starting up shortly.
Get the brand new ride and a bunch of shining toys. But I won't need no toys tonight, 'cause all I wanna do is dance. Yes, it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. Well, we got the tree up and we're sitting by the fire. Something about the holiday sure fills me with desire. Gonna light some candles 'cause I think I got a chance. Yes, it's a very Merry Christmas in my pants. So as you sip your coffee and you eat your pumpkin pie, just remember that the season's about love and that look in your woman's eyes. So raise your glass of pie with Utah Jive and take a very merry stance and have a very Merry Christmas in your pants.
What's up, guys? Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Van Philosophy. Thanks for joining us here. It's our Christmas special.
Yeah,
It's special.
it's special.
I've got little ears.
And I got my scarf.
And he's got a scarf.
But I always wear a scarf.
Yeah, and Kyle was late.
Well, I was late, but it's because I forgot your Christmas gift and I had to turn around and get it.
I was like halfway to your house. I had to turn around.
I wasn't quite halfway to the house, but I got down the road a bit. You know what I mean? I was
Right.
like, I'm forgetting something. I don't... Oh, it's like the whole thing of the holiday special.
Right. Like the whole thing.
The climax of the special.
The whole thing. Messed it up. Let's see here. I think everything's running fine. Let's see, we got yellows. We got greens. I think we're all good.
Yellows
Let
and
us know if
greens are
everything
good.
looks good and all that kind of stuff.
Hey, you know what?
What?
I feel a little cocky today because I went to the store to get... I'm making a dessert. I'm getting together with my folks tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I, was kind of playing chicken with someone, and, was like, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. And then they're like, hey, wait a minute. And they're like, you have great eyes. And I was like, oh, thanks. So I'm feeling pretty good. So it looks good. It looks good.
It was like that one time we went shopping a couple months ago, and there was this old lady that kind of ran to me. She's like, you were just so handsome, and your beard is just so handsome. I'm like, oh.
It makes you feel so good.
Yeah, it does. It makes you feel good. But we're going to be talking about holiday stuff, Christmas stuff, other winter celebration stuff, and we're going to be doing a gift exchange in a little while as well. But first, before we get going into that, let's do what we've been up to.
Yeah, so this week, and you know about this, but no one else knows about it, we got a commission job where someone for Christmas, they wanted us to do a parody of a well-known song and kind of tailor it to that person's life.
Right. We got to keep this all in the DL still.
Yeah,
though.
so it's on the DL because obviously the person that commissioned us knows about it, but the person that they're giving it to has no idea about it.
Yeah.
So I got to work on, I finished up, my parts of that song, and then I think later tonight we're going to just kind of finalize it and send it off so it gets there by Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
it is really exciting.
So it is exciting. So I've just kind of been hunkering down on that and making sure I did what I needed to do on it. And I feel really good about it. And
I feel good.
It was kind of cool because that's the first time anyone's ever asked me to do anything like that. Like I felt like an old like Donatello, of like, oh, I'm commissioning you for this art piece kind of a thing.
Yeah. Right.
And so
then you can
really
build
good.
like a cool van that shoots sewer cap covers out. And has a little extendo seat.
Get a little yo-yo that looks like a turtle and throw it at the bad guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
So I'm so ready to be a Ninja Turtle, dude.
Is that it?
Yeah, well, the other thing is all of our distribution went through this morning for our Spotify release and third-party releases. So that means now going forward into next week up until the 18th, I'm going to be kind of tailoring that stuff and figuring out third-party placement and stuff like that, all the weird technical
submitting to like
stuff.
playlists and
Yeah,
things
like
that,
it's like
right?
trying to optimize Spotify a little bit for us. And,
Which by the way, if you guys have any suggestions of like playlists that you like to listen to, or you think that our music would fit in with, let us know.
let us know, because that's a huge part of submitting, is going like, we think this fits here, and this is what our friends say, and stuff like that. So.
Right, because it's hard for us to tell. Like, I have no idea. You know what I mean? Put it on a what channel? I don't know.
Yeah. Is there a Rocktronic channel?
No.
I don't know if there is.
I don't
Maybe
think
we'll
there
make
is.
one.
Make one.
Maybe we can just make one.
I think we can make our own playlist, and we should do that anyway. I think we've got like some spammers. Check that out, dude. We've got like some weird fast tech.
You're finally making it. When
Making
you
it.
get like, hey man, go to this website.
Making
this is what
it.
you need to do. I'm selling candy canes.
Right.
It happens on our blog, on our website, quite a bit. I'll be like, oh, there's a new comment. I'll be like, oh, they're selling vacuum cleaner hoses or whatever it is, So, but it's whatever. Do your thing. Spread your joy.
Yeah, Aaron's like, I think you need to boot some trolls from the chat. Yeah, right? Yeah.
I mean, they're nice trolls.
Vast tech.
Vast tech.
Maybe what if that's a threat?
We probably shouldn't even be saying it, because now we're just giving them like business.
That's what they need. What if it's a threat though? You know what I mean? What they're like telling us. Yeah. Anyway, so this past week I was able to have like a little getaway thing and did this nice hike and stuff, and because I've been like super stressed about all the stuff that we've been doing. So because like we had to finish up the record, get all that submitted up, finalize the artwork together, and then submitted distribution, and we had to do the remasters for the CDs.
Meanwhile, we're working on the next Patreon project.
At the same time. Also in all that, trying to get ready for Christmas, ready for the Yule time. The Yule time jive. And so with all that, it's been weird, been stressful, but so many things to be grateful for. Everybody's happy, healthy, and we got everything caught up, got everything submitted, and then the new Patreon cover, I actually let Kyle listen to what I've done right before we started this.
It's good.
And he literally pooped in his pants.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Pooped in pants.
Just a little bit. I need to get some new pants.
New pants.
Some Merry Christmas pants.
You can get some. Yeah. It's a whole thing. So, but besides that, let's get into our topic, man. And if you guys want to join in on the what you think about the holidays, what you think about Christmas, any fun facts you want to share, any of that stuff, and if like our kilobytes can like maybe come up from 0, and there it is, it's back.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Every time we get in the green, an angel gets its wings.
Yeah, so Christmas, winter, celebration, like tell me what have you been digging into, like to tell us like why do we always celebrate around this time?
Well, so I was kind of digging into some stuff, and it kind of sparked from, I had one of those conversations with someone where you just kind of go, yeah, okay, sure, and they're talking about like, I don't understand why no one can just say Merry Christmas and it has to be Happy Holidays. And I was kind of like, well, first of all, like we live in the South and everyone says Merry Christmas. I don't care where you go to the grocery store, everyone's like Merry Christmas.
Sure.
But to me,
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, happy.
But
what's up?
I know that this person, they felt like it was. They said something about it was like it's an attack on American values. They were like going that route, And I was thinking, I was like, Christmas is a Middle Eastern holiday. You know what I mean?
Right.
And in our country, we've taken celebrations from lots of different cultures to make Christmas what it is here.
Yeah.
And so that kind of got me going like, well, what other holidays are celebrated? And I know growing up, we had a lot of Laotian refugees that I grew up with. It was kind of like a hub in central Wisconsin. And the brief history is the CIA had a big operation. It was after Operation Paperclip, after World War II, where they were recruiting people in Indochina because France kind of had a big invasion and operation going on there, world politics and things, and then obviously like the Vietnam War. So the CIA kind of went in and was trying to grab people to fight on the American side.
Yeah.
And one of those groups. People.
This is explaining like why those people were living around Wisconsin.
Yeah. I promise this has something to do with Christmas.
Right. Sure. Yeah. Like going in, like okay.
So anyway, they kind of made a deal, and they said, you know, if things go south, and they did in Vietnam, they said you can come to and be an American and come with us and bring your culture. And so the Hmong New Year is right around the Christmas holiday. So growing up, I kind of got to get exposed to some of that, and it's very cool. It's a lot of it's about family. It's about, you know, being warm in the winter.
What are you talking about?
They're the Hmong New Year. And
it's called Hmong?
Well, that's the name of the people. And I can't remember their name for it. They'd called it New Year because they'd speak English. You know,
okay, yeah.
But it was kind of cool, and, you know, kind of thinking, like, I grew up around where it was like you were very much exposed to other cultures, and you'd say happy holidays because, like, you had, you know, the Jewish community here, and you had the Hmong community here, and it was kind of like, yeah, and my family celebrates Christmas, you know.
Well, the thing is like I think a lot of people give that kind of stuff too much thought.
Yeah.
I say if someone's just saying, "Hey, be positive, be happy, whatever it is," yeah, who cares?
Stay warm, be happy.
Yeah, I don't want to like worry my time with that stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? If somebody gets offended, they're just looking for something to get offended by. That's silly.
Yeah, it's sad. So
well, even Christmas wasn't originally a Christian holiday. It was actually a pagan holiday.
Yeah,
it started out as Yule, which is like thousands and thousands of years old.
Now, where does it come from?
I think it's like the Germanic tribes, the ancient Germanic tribes is where it started out, and it was actually like, you know, like Santa Claus. His was Odin.
Oh,
it was actually
so that's why he's got a white
Odin
beard.
or Woden, and he would actually, the story would be that he would lead the wild hunt, which is like a ghostly kind of thing through the sky, and that's where you get Santa and his reindeer.
Okay.
Yeah, which if you're a Witcher fan, if you watch The Witcher or you read the books, they talk about the Wild Hunt, which is like this group of people coming in, and they use the name, but the name actually originally refers to Santa's reindeer, really, or Odin's Wild Hunt.
So I found this thing today, and I'm gonna butcher this name. I'm gonna try to say it, and please let me know in the comments if you know how to say this word. Old Germanic word. Sonargolter?
Golter. Can let's spell it. How's it spelled?
Sonargo with an umlaut. LTR.
Yeah, Soldan.
So I see sonar, but I don't think it's sonar. And I know you kind of gotta like give it a little stank when you got it.
Sonargolter.
Yeah.
I think it's sonar.
Sonar. Well, I did see one where there was an accent over the O, so it'd be like Sonargultur.
So Sonargultur.
Yeah. But I'm probably totally saying it wrong.
Right.
But that was the act of killing a wild hog during Yule.
Yeah.
So, and I remember growing, because I'm half German.
Yeah.
And so it was very important on Christmas to have a Christmas ham, and it wasn't Christmas unless someone brought some ham. And like I just thought it was weird because I didn't really like pork, you know, and I had some Jewish heritage too, so I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I really want to eat pork.
You have a lot of
anyway,
conflicting heritages.
And so, but it was funny, like that's a very that's a German thing, and it's an ancient German, thousands of years old, of like where you gotta have ham during Yule.
So if you're a big fan of ham during Christmas, tell everybody like I celebrate Sonargultur. And be like, that's why.
But it's got to be a wild hog, though.
It's got to be a wild hog. And be like, I'm not doing this. You got it from Ingles.
It's got to be tough.
I need somebody to go out there and kill it with their bare hands.
You know, the funny thing, you're talking about like the ride in the sky. I found this other thing called soil, which is like it's a native to the United States. It's the Hopi tribe, and it was like a solstice holiday, and their rituals were to coax the sun god back from his journey because it's the longest night.
Right.
So they would spend, I think it was 16 days of celebration and storytelling and hanging out with your family. And that was kind of like the idea of like, well, when this is done, like he'll come back because the days are getting a little longer over the next couple of weeks.
Right.
So that's kind of cool how like on opposite end of the world, there's this idea of like there's this guy in the sky and he's coming and it's exciting, you know, like it's kind of cool.
It's funny that like all these like when you look up like these older traditions or older things about like, oh, they had to appease the sun god and they had to do this and that. It always makes me think like, what are they going to say, 1,000 years from now, looking back at what we're doing? They're going to like make some kind of story, and make it all like, oh, they had to appease the corporate gods and spend their cash upon gifts. And these gifts, they had to give out to their closest of friends. You know what I mean?
I had an anthropology professor, and we kind of knew what was going on before the jig was up, but he's like, today we're going to study the Nicerima tribe. And we're like, I've never heard, we're like...
Nicerima?
Nicerima tribe.
Yeah, those are good.
And so he's like, this culture in the anthropological community that we've been studying for a while. And he's like, and they have like some really weird things. He's like, they believe that the human body is evil, and it has to be covered up, or the gods will be angry.
Right.
They also, there's holy mouthmen. That was one of them, where you would have to go in and they would like bless your mouth, and probably for moral reasons and so that you would be a better person. But specifically, they had to come in, and it was done. It had to be done twice a year.
Right.
And it probably aligned with like the solstice or equinox or something. They weren't sure.
Yeah.
There was also like these group of priests that were in charge. They're called like water demigods, and they were in charge of blessing the water. There's a lot of like blessing going on and things like that. And we were like, this is pretty weird. And he was like, spell Nicerima backwards. And it was America.
Right.
And he was like, this is how someone would judge you for going to the dentist.
Right.
That didn't know anything about you. And this is how they would observe your water purification processes. Instead of just going out to the river and getting water, you got to have all this stuff. And there's this big ordeal of cleaning it, instead of just getting clean water for yourself. And so they're kind of going through, it was specifically, no, it wasn't the human body. It was that the woman's body is evil. And so the women would have to wear makeup. And so it was just all this stuff that, if you looked at it on the outside and had no idea, and were trying to put religion into things and trying to put, cultural and rituals, that's kind of how it would be framed using jargon.
Yeah, it's bizarre, yeah.
And so his lesson was, he's like, be careful when you're judging other cultures. He's like, because it probably has nothing to do with this mythical sun god and all this stuff. It's probably just people being people.
Well, yeah, I think that's probably, that's probably it. Now, it could be that, or it could be like aliens. It could always be aliens. You can always go back to that one.
It's more fun when it's aliens.
Yeah. Rachel says here, random question, when did you tell kids about Santa? She told her kid, Santa is the act of giving. I could be Santa. Anyone can be Santa. Which that's
a really great way.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
What did you do?
Oh, what did I do? I mean, I think from the very beginning. I mean, because like one of my greatest Christmas memories is my son being born. Mm-hmm. He was born on Christmas Day. So, I mean, ever since he was first born, it was a Santa thing. Like Santa would always treat him special. But I can't remember what age it was finally like, no, like you finally realized Santa wasn't a thing. But it was like, we used it as an entity. It was Odin coming on his wild hunt, you know what I mean? And like coming down and like he wrote him letters and things,
We like let her know she's like 2
yeah.
or 3.
Yeah.
Like we were just very much like Santa's like it's a fictional character, but it's fun, you know. And but it's parents get gifts and we say it's from Santa. I think the first couple of years we would give like the not cool gifts, like socks came from Santa.
All right.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that.
So
so
you really, so when you hate Santa.
Yeah, so when you found out that Santa wasn't really, you're like, well, he wasn't really giving me the good gifts anyway.
Right.
You're
like, Mom, I don't want to get you gifts and not
Mom
get credit.
gave me the PlayStation. You know what I mean? So and I remember kind of discussing that. We're like, and I don't really have any vivid memories of like realizing Santa wasn't real, like, because I don't think my parents really played into it, and honestly I think they did the same thing.
Kid, I don't think there's, I mean, I'm sure there's some kids out there, even if you play it up and like do like a little bit of theater with it, I don't think most kids really care. Well, really think Santa's real.
So
I mean, you can convince your kid, but I think like they think they realize it. I mean, they know that that's not the same guy they went and sat in their lap like the last time, or whatever.
So in high school, we had this substitute teacher, and I can't remember his name, but he was like, on the rotation, so we'd see him quite a bit. And I remember the Spanish teacher saying, well, Mr. So-and-so's coming in. And he pulled some of us aside, and he's like, he is not allowed to sub for elementary school anymore. And we're like, why? What did he do? And he's like, he told all of the first grade that Santa isn't real and the Easter Bunny isn't real and your parents are lying to you. And he like got up on this soapbox for these 6-year-old kids. So they're like, you need to go sub for high school.
That's funny though.
It was so
Isn't
funny.
that great?
We laughed hysterically. Because it like apparently it was this whole ordeal where they're like, well, if Santa's not real, and he's like, yep, Easter Bunny too. He's like, your parents are liars.
Erin says here that her mom tried to do the Santa's real thing, but that she didn't buy it. We were really poor growing up, and when I was 3 or 4, I told her if Santa was real, I would get more gifts than the mean girl at daycare.
Oh man.
But I didn't, so he wasn't real. Yeah. That's funny. The mean girl. Susan gets everything, and all I got was like a pair of socks and a letter that says you're never gonna make it. That's great. Well, that's the thing. Like, there's so much here, and I know that we're going into some like weird stuff here, but like, what about like what makes you think about Christmas, man? Like when you think of Christmas, what do you think of?
Well, if I think of the word Christmas and I close my eyes, I think of lights. I think of a lot of lights. Like that's the first thing. I remember, like we had that neighbor growing up, and like I don't say like that neighbor. Like he was awesome. Neighbor. It was like my best friend growing up lived next door.
Right.
And his dad, but he like loved Christmas, and every year he'd just always get something new for his light show, and so there was stuff that moved and it was just insane. And he would always make like the local news every year,
Sure.
And they're like, oh, I wonder what he's got for this year. They'd come and like interview him every year. He's like kind of like a local celebrity, and it was funny. Like we'd always have like people would kind of come and they'd turn around in our driveway because they just wanted to go and see the lights. And so my dad's like, we need to like go sell hot chocolate or something, It's like kind of capitalize off of what's going on here.
That's awesome.
So I think of that, and I remember like being a kid. My parents worked in foreign exchange, so we traveled a lot. So we got to go see different cities and even different cultures too, because we went to Europe, back and forth a little bit, and kind of. I remember seeing like the parades, the Christmas parades, and seeing all the lights and stuff. And it's kind of funny because there's a lot of cultures that like you have, like Diwali is the festival of lights, and Hanukkah is the festival of lights, and in the United States and Europe we always put on a lot of lights. So that's usually when I think of it, and I just kind of get my mind's eye going. I think of all the Christmas lights. And
I think that's like a big thing for a lot of people. Like going and seeing the lights is like a big thing. I think even if my memory serves correct, Rachel here in the chat, she told us maybe a week or 2 ago about taking her kid to go see the lights and going through and how cool that is, and how that's like that's their tradition to go out there. It was the traditions one. The traditions. That's what it was. Tradition. But yeah, like it's weird because I think everybody has like a different thought about it, because even like when we start talking about these older celebrations and how they shaped into this or they moved into that, even for us personally, I think as each generation passes, like it means something different to me as it did my parents, as it did their parents, as it does, my kids. It's bizarre. I think we all just make these personal connections with it, and we kind of share. Because I mean, even if it's just like it's a time of gifts, it's a time of thing. Because like for me, it's weird with Christmas. It's like it's no longer anything else, but like I think of my son. Because like it's taken over.
Well, yeah, it's birthmas.
Birthmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? You do nothing. You do nothing else. You forget about presents yourself. You can't think about that anymore. You just make sure that he's good.
Got the shaft in life.
Right. Well, you gotta separate. You gotta do like the unbirthday stuff, and then.
That's true. Yeah, you do the unbirthday thing.
Yeah.
I think I knew someone else that they were either born on Christmas or around Christmas, and like in like July they'd have their birthday thing or whatever.
Did you guys do a Christmas tree this year?
We did a Christmas tree. We actually got a real one.
Yeah.
Because for the past few years, we just didn't. We had a very little plastic one.
Right.
And there is something about it. There's just like, you wake up and the house smells like pine. It's great. Like I grew up in central Wisconsin where there's a lot of northern pine. And I feel like there's a lot of northern pine in Georgia as well.
Well, there's like southeastern pine.
Yeah, like I don't know if like they're the same species.
I don't know
or whatever. But I remember moving down here. I was like,
I think it's up north.
Like moving down here, I was like, oh, they have pine trees down here.
Yeah, or maybe some like hemisphere. So then it would be.
Yeah, I know they call them northern pine, but yeah, you're right. It might be like North American pine.
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, there's something about like the pine smell that's soothing to me, and I kind of forgot about it. Not having a Christmas tree in the house for a few years, and then getting one this year, like is nice.
I didn't do one this year. I felt like it was too. I mean,
what do you mean?
We've got the little Roshambeaux Christmas tree here.
The Roshambeaux Charlie Brown tree.
The Charlie Brown tree.
Look at that. There's a little
Nintendo controller. Yeah. Little kick drum. Little Nomi. And our CDs, yeah. Well, that's about all I've done as far as not celebration, but as far as like decoration goes. I still have pumpkins on my porch, but like what's neat about that is like stuff like that has been done even for that, like going back to like what we were talking about before, like for thousands of years. Like putting like a piece of evergreen and like decorating the house with pieces of evergreen was something that was like a celebration of. Like that, it's wintertime, but like the spring will return. Yeah, I saw it. It was that weird German word that I'm not going to pronounce it again. I'm not even going to try. Let's do it one more time. Okay, fine. Sonnergrutter. Please, someone. Please, someone educate me if you know how to say that word. Sonnergrutter. I was to say I feel bad because the half German guy can't speak German. Yeah. And 9. But 9. Yeah. Oh, I remember. I had a German friend, and I was like, What did I say? What was it about? You're talking about the thing. Well, that came from Yule and that Sonnergrutter, where it was they would go and they'd find evergreens or holly or ivy, and this were mistletoe as well. And it was kind of like what I found is celebrating how the earth still protects you, even though it seems like everything is gone and gone to sleep or it's died. Right. There are these kind of like these sages that are still around and to give you shelter or to give you firewood or whatever it is. Like the earth is providing. It's a good natural reminder that like life is still here, even though things are dying around you. It's that cycle, and it will come back. It will return, and that's why everybody has this whole time of year celebration thing with the solstice, Yule, and yada yada yada. Well, I know too, like I told you like where Kwanzaa comes from, and I wasn't really sure. You didn't tell me. Really, I told you not to tell me, so I could hear it here. Well, like I didn't grow up celebrating it. And who's it? Kwanzaa is celebrated by. It is a celebration of African American culture. African American. And I remember growing up hearing about it and say, well, it's an African holiday, and it's not. It's an African American holiday, and it was started in 1966. There you go. It's a very new holiday. And it focuses on 7 principles. It focuses on unity, self-determination, collective responsibility, purpose, cooperative economics, creativity, and faith. So it's a modern winter holiday that focuses on, but it kind of does separate from a lot of the typical winter holidays, and it's more about it's about self-determination and unity. But again, that does kind of go along with that winter vibe of like, everything's still, everything's quiet. We don't have the resources that we have in the spring and winter, and the animals are falling asleep, so it's hard to find food. So we need to focus on unity and being determined, and being tough, and we will survive this. To kill our wild boars. So I would encourage you. Like I had a list here of different holidays. And I think in our culture there's lately it seems like there's this uncomfortability or this weirdness about cultural appropriation. Maybe in your world.
Well, I mean, like you see it. I mean, like you see it on your news feed, or you hear
Yeah,
people
the
talking
news.
about it, or whatever it is.
Talk
But like
about
people,
your
but
life.
people will talk about it, and people have come and talked to me about it personally.
Right.
And like, if you're an American, that is your culture, is cultural appropriation, because we are this melting pot. And we celebrate Christmas, which is in its roots a Middle Eastern holiday, but it takes all of its celebrations from ancient Germany, and it takes from a lot of things. So I think it's okay that if something is different but you identify with it, I think it's okay to be like, go and celebrate Kwanzaa this year if the idea of celebrating unity and self-determination is a good thing for you to celebrate in the winter, Like,
If like pagans and Christians can basically celebrate the same thing and just call it something different, hey.
yeah, like go for it. Don't
Right.
worry about being
We're
like,
okay.
oh, is this okay? Be like, no, like
Yeah.
be together.
Yeah. And it can be whatever
Embrace
you
each
want
other.
it to be for you. If you want to celebrate it as, a religious thing, you. If you want to celebrate it as like a natural thing, a celebration of cycles, you. If you just want to celebrate it as a social thing,
Yeah.
happy holidays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all good, man. It's whatever you want it to be. Did you ever have you ever gotten any kind of weird gifts before?
Yes, I have a story for you.
I have a story for you.
This is like one of my earliest memories of Christmas.
Yeah.
So my parents grew up working in foreign exchange. So we had some friends that lived in Spain, and we were over there for my mom's job, and also just to hang out with some friends, and they said, we celebrate Christmas here, but we also celebrate Three Kings Day, and it's like the Bible story is like it took the Three Kings so long to get there, so it was like after Christmas,
Right.
So I think Three Kings Day is it's like early January, it's a few weeks after Christmas.
Yeah.
So and they said you get gifts, and then there was one thing where they leave gifts in your shoes, and that actually that comes from another. I had it written down. I don't know, but that's another culture does that as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was
We
kind
do.
of,
It's called stockings.
that's true. Like, yeah, you put stuff in your stockings.
Yeah.
So I remember the family. They were all like, well, Santa's not going to bring you anything, or the Three Kings aren't going to bring you anything if you don't do this, or they're just going to bring you coal.
Yeah.
So like all week, I was like extremely well behaved. I was like, I ate all my dinner and I went to bed on time and I didn't talk back and like all this stuff, and so now I was making mental notes of like, okay, I'm being good because they're saying if I don't, I'm gonna get coal. So Christmas morning came, or Three Kings morning, I can't really remember which one it was, and I had the little gift and had my name on it, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go open it, and it was this huge lump of coal, like huge lump of coal.
deserved it.
And I was like, I went and told my mom, I'm crying, I'm like, well, I ate all my dinner. And like everyone else, they're like, what's he saying? And they're like, he said he ate all his dinner. And they're all laughing hysterically. And it was this huge piece of rock candy.
Oh, nice.
But it looked just like coal. And my mom took it and like took off a piece. She's like, it's candy. I'm like, no, it's not. It's coal. It's coal.
Well, if you
so
think,
that was like the weird gift I got that actually ended up being delicious.
yeah, back in the day, getting some coal would probably be good to keep you warm.
Yeah, that's right. Be like, Santa's gonna bring you coal. Be like, well, that's good because I
Good.
don't have to chop down any of this firewood.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Do you have any weird gifts that you got?
If I'm just thinking of, because
You're about to get one.
yeah, I'm thinking off the top of my head. I think the most memorable weird gift that I ever got would be that one time you bought me a broken vacuum cleaner. And I don't think you meant to buy it that it was broken.
A broken vacuum cleaner?
Remember? It was like a little hand vac. But like you bought it, I think at like a used place. You're like, cool, because it was to vacuum out the van. And then like you got it, and I don't know if you tried it
You
out.
got like a thrift store vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
It was this little hand vac that would plug into your cigarette lighter. And Kyle's like, here, check it out, because he knows like I was always trying to clean out the van after we get back from tour, and he thought this would make it easier. But he got it, and it, like you plug it in, and it would just make a really loud noise. It wouldn't really suck anything.
I don't remember where I got that. I don't feel like I would buy a vacuum cleaner from a thrift store.
It wasn't in a
Period.
box,
Wasn't in a box.
and it was broken.
Huh.
And you were
I
like,
don't
here
know.
you go, man. I was like, I was at first, I was like, cool, and then like I plugged it out to try to use it, and it was just like it was like,
I don't know if I remember that.
it sat in the van for like a year.
I remember us having a hand vac in the van.
You bought it. And
I bought that?
Yeah.
I was really high. I'm going to get my water.
Oh, that's funny. Rachel's asking, worst Christmas present, best ever go. Sorry, we're ahead of you, girl. Ahead of you. I mean, have you had? What's your best Christmas present that you've gotten though?
The best Christmas present. Gosh. I remember one year I got a Batman mask.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. And I wore it like every day.
Yeah.
I got it was like a Batman onesie and a mask.
Oh, sweet.
And I wore it like all the time.
I had a cousin that had all the cool Batman stuff, like the belt and everything, and we'd like jump down the staircase and play Batman all the time.
What?
Yeah. I didn't have any of those cool toys. I had some Ghostbusters stuff, but yeah.
My friend had it was like the Tim Burton Batcave.
Oh, sweet.
I remember it was like it's $100 or
Yeah.
like in the 90s, so it's
Yeah.
like $200 now.
Yeah.
And I remember we'd always want to go over and play, and we'd all bring like our own little Batman characters that we had, and then we'd all oh, I got Two-Face. Well, bring him over and we'll put him in the Batcave.
Yeah.
It was this thing. 'Cause I loved Batman. I still love Batman.
Yeah. I think my favorite gift that I've ever gotten, and this is again, these are all like what comes to mind. I don't have anything written down for any of these questions, but I think the best Christmas present I ever got. One year I got a Native American flute.
Yeah, that's the one you still have,
That's
right?
what I still have.
Yeah.
I'd always wanted one. Always talked about having one. Be like an old man next to a fire, and playing it. I always listened to the storm sounds with the flute and stuff. Whenever I'd go to sleep, we'd go and sleep in the van. I'd put it on or something. If we weren't listening,
That's some good sleep.
That's some good sleep.
Yeah, truck stop, listen to some Native American flute.
Yeah, dude.
Against a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Sleep like a baby.
But I remember, I didn't ask for it. You know what I mean? I didn't hey, get me this or do that. And I remember opening it and I just teared up and started bawling like a baby because it was like, oh, you know me.
Aww.
You know me. Oh, I think that was like the best gift ever got. Besides your love every day, Kyle.
I will say actually, as far as that was a childhood gift, an adult gift I got actually, that's super super dear to my heart, and I still have it. I don't use it anymore because we have other things. But I interned at a recording studio, and never got paid because I was interning. And my boss was like, "Hey, I got you something for Christmas," because he was like, "You need to make sure you have your own laptop that has as much capability at the time, because this is like 2007, 2008, around there, I think." And he got me an M-Box, and that I was like blown away. He's like, you take all the stuff you're learning and do it at home, record your own stuff.
Right.
And so that was that really gave me some confidence of being like, oh, because starting out as a musician, you're like, oh, I want to get this gig, but I don't have any money to go to a recording studio and record something so that I can show them that I know how to play, so they'll hire me.
Right.
So I remember in my apartment just making songs on that thing, and I think I had it even when we were starting out.
When we first started, that's what you did your demo stuff on.
I sent my prelims to you on that.
Yeah.
And so that was like a gift that it was totally unexpected and totally blown away, and it kind of changed my life.
Yeah.
So for as far as my adult life, that definitely was I was like, wow, I'm really blessed. I can't believe you did this.
Rachel says here that one of her favorite or most memorable gifts was a Teddy Ruxpin. Teddy Ruxpin. Do you remember Teddy Ruxpin?
Yeah, it played a tape.
A tape, and
right?
it reads you stories. Yeah.
But you could put other tapes in there.
Yeah.
And then this teddy bear singing AC/DC to you or something.
But it wouldn't actually. It just kind of moved, but it was good enough.
It was good enough.
It was good enough. You put some a Black Sabbath tape in there. we need to go buy a Teddy Ruxpin just to have a video and put one of our we need to make a cassette first but put the
I wonder
cassette
if
in there and
they
it's just singing our songs.
Someone's got to still be selling. I bet you
yeah.
someone bought 1,000 of them.
I bet there's somebody that like refurbs them and like makes them better, and you probably get like this like killer Teddy Ruxpin.
That'd be
things.
pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool. Let's see here. I think that's about all we have here with our stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else from your list you want to talk about real quick before we get into the gift exchange?
You know, I found some cool. I'm gonna go through my list and see if I found anything that I thought was cool or that I learned this week.
Okay, no. So let's do our gift exchange.
We'll do the gift exchange.
Again, join in, everybody, in the comments. We appreciate everybody that's been commenting so far. But if you've got more stuff, more stories to tell about Christmas, put it in there. We'll get to them. If you've got some of your weirdest gifts, favorite gifts, what makes you think of Christmas, what makes you think about this time of year, what makes you think about Kwanzaa, or
I did find one called
Sonnegrulter.
I did find one called Omisoka, and it's the Japanese New Year. And you know, like a lot of times you go to like New Year's parties and like someone's dressed up like a baby and someone's dressed up like an old man. That comes from that, and then we get that from them. So I thought that was kind of cool. You know, it's like it's a celebration. I thought it's beautiful because it's defined as celebrating forgetting the past.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's really beautiful. That's a you know, we should have a little more of that in our lives. Like you can celebrate that. You know, celebrate moving on and doing better in your life.
By the way, Rachel, if your mom still has yours, you need to be like, girl, give me that back. And like set that up, put it somewhere.
That's probably still on the garage sale.
That's probably something cool to have. All right, so are we doing serious or funny first?
Let's do serious first.
No.
I say serious first. So
no.
You want to do funny first?
Well, I think that way, if there's any saltiness from the funny gift, it can be overtaken.
It can be overtaken by like the practical one. Okay,
yeah.
right,
So
cool.
we've got a funny gift and a practical gift, and these are my hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
But okay. All right. You go first. Let's Roshambeaux for it, and then it'll be 2 out of 3.
Okay.
And whoever wins gets to choose.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Yes.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, man.
Okay. All right,
Here we go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, man.
I'm inside your head.
Okay, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, so you give
So
yours?
yeah, I'll take my gift first, yeah.
All right, so I got this for you. I really thought that this is something that could help. You actually mentioned this to me, some of these ideas.
This is a serious gift or
No.
this is a funny gift? Okay.
This is just a gift.
This is sounding really serious right now.
You mentioned to me that you wanted to work on certain things and that you had issues with certain qualities. And I think this will help.
It's about to get real.
I think it will help.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Or maybe I should open it before I say thanks.
Look at him. He's like unfolding it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna shred
So what
it.
do you do? So do you, when you get a gift, do you tear the wrapping paper or do you try to like, you know, reverse engineer it?
And then save the paper to wrap more gifts.
I mean, I do that. I'm a musician.
I don't. I just rip that shit. Just rip it.
Okay, let's see what this is.
All right. And you got to show the camera.
Empathy workbook for kids. This is funny.
Look, I marked a page on there.
But I feel like this could totally be the serious gift.
Like,
You marked a page.
Yeah, you're going to need this one.
Active listening.
You're going to need to know how to do that.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Yes.
So
I hear you.
it's cool. You can go through and do like do all the activities, and you can better learn to.
You lose a game, but the other team wins. I feel blank, but the other team feels blank. I can put my feelings aside by blank.
Yeah.
It's not all about you.
Show it to the camera.
Oh my gosh, this is so awesome.
So yeah,
He's so sad.
it's so sad.
And he kind of looks like me.
Yeah, I thought Kyle could use it.
That's awesome.
All right.
So this is something that you need.
Okay, I need it.
It's something that you need, but I don't think you realize how much you need it.
I need a lot of things.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Merry Christmas.
I need nothing. Hold on. See, this is why he unfolds it. Because he wraps it with plastic. Ooh, yeah.
It's a 2022 calendar of hot cowboys. There's a sexy cowboy every month.
There's a sexy cowboy in every one of us.
Every month.
Hot off the range.
That's all, and I was like, yes, that's awesome.
Good. That's good. Oh man, look at this guy. Holy
yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
March over here, man. He's like,
Hey, that's my birth month too.
yeah, like he's getting down, man.
Yeah, man.
He is DT.
Some of those guys, you're like, man, like I gotta do more sit-ups.
Oh,
You know,
right.
like
That's gross though. That one's gross. I think that's
he's
proper.
standing really weird. He's doing this,
Yeah.
but
I think
yeah.
that body shape is the best. If I want my body to, it'd be like.
let's
that.
hold it up. We all need to pick. Everyone needs to pick your favorite cowboy.
Pick your favorite
So
cowboy.
you can feel free if you're watching later to hit pause
Yeah.
and you tell us your favorite cowboy.
What's your favorite cowboy?
I think my favorite's the guy sitting there with his hat tipped. Although a few of them have their hat tipped,
Yeah.
but you know, I feel like that guy. I feel like he takes care of himself.
Right. He takes care of himself.
He eats his salads.
Right,
You know
sure.
what I mean? He does his
Yeah.
push-ups, sit-ups, and leg lifts.
Yeah.
You know, like all that stuff.
Yeah, I definitely need a calendar. So. All right. Now this is our serious gift. This was something I just recently discovered. Oh, Rachel says rope guy.
The rope guy. All right.
All right.
All right.
Giggity giggity.
Darling.
All right. But I just recently discovered that you needed this recently.
Okay.
And when you were talking about, because I was a little worried, because I was like, oh, I'm going to buy like too many things. Because like I wanted to get this for you, because it will change your life and work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do the J. I'm just gonna rip it.
Rip it.
Oh my god, that's awesome!
Yeah, man.
It's a USB mouse.
It's a wireless mouse.
I've been using a trackpad for like all of my work.
We were trying to finalize the artwork, and I was watching this guy like sit there with his fingers trying to, because it's like precise stuff. You gotta
Get
zoom
down
in.
to like a 16th
And he's
of an
like
inch.
trying to do it on a
Yeah.
trackpad, and I'm like, no wonder why this took you so freaking long to put it together, because you don't have a mouse. So look, that's the same one I got,
Okay.
And I
that
love
one's
it.
smooth, yeah.
and I love it.
And it takes it's a double A.
Yeah, and it lasts forever.
It lasts forever.
It turns off automatically when you're not moving it.
Okay. So it saves the battery. That's awesome.
This is still the same battery.
Oh, from how long?
Whenever I got it.
Like you've had that for a long time.
Yeah, like a little over like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
Okay, well that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. I'm gonna totally use that like tomorrow.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. So
No, we're gonna use it tonight when we're doing that. Next
Oh right.
plug it up.
So a friend of mine makes these, and they're really cool, and I thought it'd be pretty useful. So there you go.
Okay. Bring your own bag.
Yeah. So just open it, and you can read it. It kind of explains like what to do with it. And,
Okay.
and all that stuff. And
Okay.
So maybe you need to. Yeah. So it.
100% ripstop nylon, made from surplus fabric used in the local manufacturer of hot air balloons, strong and water resistant, machine wash, air dry, each one unique to use.
So what it is it's made out of they do parachute and they do hot air balloon material. So it's like a very very tear resistant fiber, and it's also waterproof. So it's good to take if you're going hiking and you need to keep things dry. But I also thought on the
bag.
road, I know like with me is I'm always bringing like a dirty clothes bag. And or like I want to put something on the road, and I need to put my shampoo in there to keep it from spilling all over my clothes.
Oh, it's a bag.
And so it is a bag, but it's
It's a
like
bag.
super tear resistant, and it's like outdoor.
This actually also doubles as a Beetlejuice costume.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you wanted to have him wear some overalls, you have like a front little pocket.
But it also
Keep your cigarettes.
the directions are in there, but also it folds up into like this nice little thing that you can put in your pocket or whatever.
Yeah.
But I saw those and I thought they were cool, and apparently they're waterproof, tear resistant, good to take on a hike or on the road.
Where's the pocket?
I think it's inside out now.
It's inside out, so then you just take this and shove it all in there.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see if it works. Okay. Voila! That's all you need. That's all you need. You take and go grocery shopping with it.
I think they did say like they were selling for grocery bags, but I just think it's good because it's a nice waterproof, tear resistant.
Yeah.
That you can take outdoors or on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Keep stuffing. Fold, flap over, and secure. Yeah. Did it. Rock and roll, man. So we hope you guys all have like an awesome Christmas. Hope you guys have enjoyed us sharing our gifts together. But before we go, we would like to go ahead and remind everybody that we've got merch over on storefrontier.com/Roshambeaux. It has come to our attention that there are some colors and sizes out of stock at the moment. But hopefully with the holidays resolving and all the supply chain stuff fixing itself, they will be back in, and we will let everybody know and notify everybody once those sizes are back in. I had a friend that was trying to find a large black hoodie, and those are out at the moment. But they will be back in soon.
We'll let you know.
But you
can go on there and check out and see what still is in stock.
Yeah. Different color. Maybe you want a different color.
Maybe you want a blue one.
Maybe you want a
gray one.
Maybe you want a gray one.
I like gray hoodies.
Also, a big shout out to our people over there on Patreon, man. You guys are the reason we're able to do this stuff. You guys are the reason we wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to do something. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make that song. I'm going to shoot that video. I'm going to submit to your will. No. No.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Ta-da! No, but go check it out. If you're not on the Patreon, go check it out. There's all kinds of benefits to being a Patreon. We've got where you have early access to stuff. We do the videos every month. We've got a backstage pass where you'll see all of our backstage info. We help share whenever we're doing any project and that kind of stuff and what we're up to.
And a video call.
And there's a video call option.
Top tiers.
And that option, the monthly video call, will not last forever. There's only because we can only do so many. Okay, so the first come first serve for that. But we appreciate all you guys that are in there. We love you guys so much. And if you're not part of it, please consider to go check it out and see what you think. You know what I mean? But that wraps it up for us. So thanks for joining us here for our holiday special. Kyle's a ding dong. I'm a ding dong.
Hark, how the bells, sweet silver bells.
Ding dong, ding dong. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next Thursday where we're going to talk about probably some New Year's stuff. Maybe some resolutions.
Ooh.
What?
I'm going to finally do it.
Finally do it.
That thing I've been saying I'm going to do, I'm going to finally do it.
And say you're going to do it, and then the next year.
And then you won't.
Why you don't?
In February, you'll be like, oh, I wasn't really going to do that.
That could be fun. Break down like some of like the psychology of why people do that.
Yeah.
And like they say, I'm going to do it, and then they don't. They just don't. They don't follow.
Yeah, it's always like, I think they say like gym memberships.
Yeah.
Like they always like default in
Yeah.
like February.
Yeah. Everybody's like, I'm getting
like
that
it's a
gym
big
membership.
spike in January
Yeah.
and then a big drop in February.
Right. But thank you guys for joining us. We love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. Tune in next week when we talk about New Year's stuff. Merry Christmas. Have an awesome holiday. Have an awesome good time. Get presents. Give presents. Spend time with family.
Have fun. Hug your loved ones. Stay warm.
Love you, Mom.